and interested in joining us, please go to our website, extradio.co.uk.
This is EXT Radio.
Yo, you're done now with Sneak to the Bowl, and right now you're listening to the Best of British show with Rob. Stay locked.
Yo, it's Shunty and Bugsy,
and it's the Best of British show with your host Rob.
Yo, it's your boy Young Bane, aka Bainey Boy, and you're listening to the Best of British show and your host Rob. Don't you go anywhere. Stay locked in. You already know. Bow.
Yo, what's poppin'? It's your boy Lethal Bizzle, and you're listening to the Best of British show with your host Rob. Keeping it dangerous. Done now.
Download the app and listen on the go. It's EXT Radio.
EXT Radio.
It's a lot of in my city talking eye for eye, die for die. Girls tryna lie, they're running around out here from guy to guy. I tried, but it's clear that me and you, we can't see eye to eye. When all that you can really see is stuff that you feel I should buy. Yo, why should I? One with me, they say less is more, but he will crash off, rest assured. I think it's best he gets insured. Them boys are insecure, say my name in songs to get in the door. Why you think they're mad? We're the ones that win the war. Step your game up or you can't step the thread. I spend but I invest the bread, so the new Rolex got more baguettes than Greg's. They say I'm clean and how I dress the best, but every time we pull up on them scenes, always left a mess. SMS and I don't take no disrespect, except for when it's the net. My neck looks like crystal. The best is what I wish the rest. Yeah, they do it for the clout. Your friends are washed. Today I care about clouts when you can spend it in shops. It's getting sick on these blocks. Most of my they, the rest of my that they got. I couldn't find him, so I hit his spot, then hit up his boss. When I can find guap, I find a watch and I'm ripping it off. Now I got all kind of watches, cause I move the foulest. Just put my Richard in a new spot, call it moving houses. I flew my youngins to Dubai, then they caged up the army, cause they took a couple APs at places we partied. Phone to phone, don't ask me, cause I don't work the order. Before rap, you didn't, cause cap, you weren't a baller. They think they're dripping, but their jewelers really turned a corner. Come around me, and they realize they got dirty water. Got my mama's spot, but I want posts in the house. What's all this posting about? Most rappers buy their people's so they can post it for clout. We had rock scared to go home like there's ghosts in his house. Set up shop here, we're closing it down. Never heard a song where they're telling the truth. All that lying them boys do should put some beds in the booth. These days the neakiest can be online speaking on and don't creeping on and how you speaking on dinners. A lot of speak, but when I speak, the streets know it's realer. Chocolate girl in my passenger seat, but the seats are vanilla. 25,000 a week, that's just a sleep in a villa. If it ain't about peas, you can't even see or speak to it like me. Businessman, invested in kick game and watched it expand. I set up shops, I set up spots, I'm not just in a gang. Real, so anytime one of my real land, I'm trying to help him out with his bag, like he's my grand. I've been a since I was a kid, now I'm still the man. The plan was to make millions, I made millions, and it's still the plan. Skinny, push a lot of weight, no I don't need a hand. Cause Jim the new Zen, got us feeling wham. Speaking my name, cause they're seeking the fame, but they ain't none. We ain't feeling the same, but I bet we leave one sleeping again. You spent a key on your chain, I spent like 3, so we ain't the same. PJ, there won't be a delay. I bust a white gold Prezi and got the same one in plain. Got a plain rose Prezi and got the same one with raining. No new with me, with the same ones I came with.
EXT Radio. Listen on the app, on your smart speaker, and on digital radio.
I think it's change I fear. I said I wouldn't change, but change is here. Businessman, now I change career. I level up, then I go change the gear. So a rainy day, got money saved for rainy years. But still, don't get me upset, cause I change a face with my crazy mates that can't wait to change the place. Yeah, I came from estates to a place with gates, where I was needing a change, but there's no change to make. And if it don't go 160, that's not my car. Before songs knew my number, off by heart. And rest in peace to Virgil, I still off white hard. When you grind how I grind, it's a matter of time, it's not by chance. They got a team, but no, it's not like ours. Got the game on lock with my bars, like all I drops. You ever sat down in prison getting letters from her that you don't even know? Telling her to spray a little perfume on the envelope so you can get a smell of roll. The little bros love to love you, so I don't never tell them go. But they need it and I got it and I won't never tell them no. I know who, but I won't never tell her so, yeah. Made $1 million off my telephone and made a couple more £1 million out here selling shows, yo. And even though the up block is so very close, for them boys to see me, they need to get them a telescope. All them chances I took just for the bread. For them to turn around and give me racks just for my breath. I got paid and the pain started to trouble me less. It's either that or when my brother put your brother to rest. Hustling, trying to make it out till nothing is left. And go again and again till we run into feds. I don't wear bras but my chest, it's a double VS. I'm tired of jewellery though, it's time to invest. I'm talking mortgages.
I thank God I'm feeling blessed, got out my head cause I've been stressing all week. When it rains it's gon' all pour down. Feel my home up to the top, I need a lot, I can't sleep. Try to stop, that's when it all falls down. How you told me off and always told me don't you wear the heart on your sleeve. Cause when it rains it pours, you all gon' drown. Pain inside my heart, my thoughts are wild, I wonder why I can't sleep.
Yo, alhamdulillah that I woke this morning, but the tears just keep on falling. I miss bro man loving adoring me, left me and didn't even give me a warning. Picture me in a cell just mourning, even though I got caught in the morning. I got beef in the streets when I land right now, it's force and courts I'm warring. Watching my life go by out the window, that's me on a circle touring. I always say I ain't gonna go back, but I always do, cause the streets is calling. AK died and Ice got life, but I've still not fully absorbed it. Sometimes I feel like I ain't gonna pray no more, cause God ignores it. If heaven had visitors, then please call me as a guest. I wanna make sure that my G's in check. Rest in peace and free all the rest. Free 'em. My family stressed, they see me less. I got locked up, but I'm feeling blessed. I was close to death, might be for the best.
Thank God I'm feeling blessed, got out my head cause I've been stressing all week. When it rains it's gon' all pour down. Feel my styrofoam up to the top, I need a lot, I can't sleep. Try to stop, that's when it all falls down. How you told me off and always told me don't you wear the heart on your sleeve. Cause when it rains it pours, you all gon' drown. Pain inside my heart, my thoughts are wild, I wonder why I can't sleep.
I hide it well when I'm going through hell. I hide it well. I had a dream that I was on road, and when I woke up I was back in jail. It's nothing but chatting shit in a cell and sitting there catting for shit in the mail. I miss my daughter and I miss my girl, I'm trying to get back and give them the world. Could I miss out on way too much? All cause of me I've been away too much. That's why I don't say.
Yes guys, you're listening to the Best of British show here on EXT Radio.
It takes its toll. I just hope that you play your
Kicked off this morning with some Fredo.
end, and you're there when I make it home.
I'm with you here today until 12 p.m. It is, of course, your host, Rob.
I ain't got no clue. When trust is broken, what do I do?
Playing the best of UK music all the way up till 12 p.m. here on EXT Radio. Give us a shout out if you are listening on the app. If you're listening online, phone line is 07385 178
Rains it's gon' all pour down. Feel my styrofoam up to the top, I need a lot, I can't.
Going to be playing some of that new Central C, and we have a special guest in the building today as well.
Told me off and always told me don't you wear the heart on your sleeve. Cause when it rains it pours you.
Don't forget, if you missed any of the previous shows, head over to Mixcloud, Soundcloud, look for your host Rob or EXT Radio. Let's get in some M24 and Tion Wayne.
Ever since I got rich, no average girl, I'm an African girl, baby come. Does he run up a bill? Girl wanna be my yin yang. Hustle hard like Bin Man. Now there's money to waste, it can't dance.
She said I got money to waste. I'm in Leicester Square playing poker. Shot sneaked on step with a shot and hitman do a joker. Still gunman down with cause lungs I'm a full-time smoker. Stuff for girls on a veto. If I this shit ain't going back to the owner. Stuff 19 in a like G already did with it. Marvelous brain when I kick back, smoke 'em up. It could have been a get back, or it could have been an APs. Could have been a, but it was a nice tool over my screen.
Today we only brought one, but now we're with M, there's two with us. We don't know who needs call next, so we save some match that's colder than us. Street life, it can go wrong. Girl from NY coming London. Saying that he beast man, that ain't what he feel like. Caught him in a real life, saying walk on. Young boy love shoot like cameraman. This is interesting for a bag of sand. Tell her you're sick, try this flick, watch a match just kick. Jackie Chan, why you wanna get like Flavor Benson? Bro, new chain don't mention. Don't know why the haters crave attention. Shoot, David Beckham. You been Piccadilly with a where you from? Shake your bum. Ever since I got rich, no average girl, I'm an African girl, baby come. Does he run up a bill? Girl wanna be my yin yang. Hustle hard like Bin Man. Now there's money to waste, it can't dance. Young demon can't change my demeanor.
Now I step way more cleaner.
Really spent 25 racks since Celine with Selena.
I got an Asian one, she a diva.
No switch, got rich, but naturally wheeler and dealer.
25 shots at tequila.
My guy, what you doing around here? Where you from? Where you on? Where you from? You don't wanna get Wiz Khalifa.
Take with that girl from my man.
Pretty girl come from Suriname.
Like all of a sudden, all these girls love me.
Henry swear tons for Stellan.
Tryna run up a mill.
You ain't seen a 100k bill.
Like you ain't really bad in the field.
Broke boy, but I know how you feel. Yo, you been Piccadilly with a. Where you from? Shake it bum, shake it bum. Ever since I got rich, no average girl. I'm an African girl, baby come. Does he run up a bill? Girl, wanna be my yin yang. Hustle hard like Bin Man. Now there's money to waste. It can't die.
I'm different, I ain't like these other women. I'm a different person.
She keeps saying I'm different, I ain't like these other women. If she's lying, I'm stealing. No, there ain't no other guy she's feeling, girl. On this side she's winning. Baby girl bad, been sinning. Made my head spinning shit. If looks could kill, she's killing. Got the wet and I'm swimming. Shorty saw champagne spilling. She saying she's diff, I don't care if she is. No nick, see the pussy through the linen. She know the whole team get it in. I wonder if she's gonna let the whole team get it in. Miss Independent, don't need anything. She don't want a husband, we ain't got rings, nah. She said she's got a thing for cheating. These world tours open up your mind, you see things. Ain't no good girls, they just need reasons. It's a cold world, but my heart's freezing. She likes timepieces and loves scheming. She likes dealings when man, I get pieces. And she don't ever give it up easy. Just for the rappers and ballers, she's freaky. She keeps saying I'm different, I ain't like these other women. If she's lying, I'm stealing. No, there ain't no other guy she's feeling, girl. On this side she's winning. Baby girl bad, been sinning. Made my head spinning shit. And I love bad girls, I love trouble. And she got it all, D's doubled. Made this D double, now I gotta readjust. Telling her to keep it hush hush, but I got a crush. Trying to make her blush while I feel her looks fucked. She wanna level up, and I'm the level up. She never get enough, you never get her wet enough. And we ain't letting up, no we ain't running out, no doubt. Clout make your girl bounce to me. Hang around with me, make it spin around for me. Cause I got pounds, pockets look wild pretty. I don't care, I'ma pay for her now, silly. They look better when she grip it going down for me. Undoubtedly this one's different. I ain't tryna trip, she don't need her head bigger. She only want me go figure. She ain't meeting anybody that's lit a car. She keeps saying I'm different, I ain't like these other women. If she's lying, I'm stealing. No, there ain't no other guy she's feeling, girl. On this side she's winning. Baby girl bad, been sinning. Made my head spinning shit. She keeps saying I'm different, I ain't like these other women. If she's lying, I'm stealing. No, there ain't no other guy she's feeling, girl. On this side she's winning. Baby girl bad, been sinning. Made my head spinning shit.
I'm different, I ain't like these other women. I'm different, I ain't like these other women.
We was flying up with those building lines, now it's clothing lines. I sell teas and my dog sell teas as well, but his ain't got no design. 180 for the tracksuit, go somewhere else if it's overpriced. New generation don't know how to cause they're all getting their own supply. House in the woods with a haunted a supernatural poltergeist. Witness things that I wished I didn't like crop over then die. Bad beats curving a kid back then when I was so lit I was broke them times. You ride on the back of the bus, what about on the front of a stolen bike? Soho pitching to the game and I'll serve anyone, I got an open mind. No complaints when it comes to the customer service, I'll pick up the phone polite. See man fall in love with a Billie Eilish, cause they got ocean eyes. Set up a shop then it's open 24 hours, we don't have a closing time. We put the trip in entrepreneur. All of the time that we spent in the field with a thought that I got me a Ballon d'Or. I'm stacking or dropping a bag in the yo. Went from a Toyota Yaris to Urus, I still got the same work rate as before. 2 years that I ain't been home, 730 days on tour. It was Nokia ringtones, picking up phones, no private calls, now it's microphones. I think that I got bipolar disorder, the way that I'm going through highs and lows. Insta full up on IG models, I'm back in the day, I would Skype these. My girl try to hack my iCloud, when I log in, gotta hide my code. Tryna get in through face recognition when I was asleep and my eyes were closed. If she ain't got nothing to hide, might make her my wife, yeah, I might propose. How many lies got told? Don't believe in the hype, it's false. Bro died, he was still in his teens, the chances are slim of me dying old. I won't lie, it's me or them. Slime, I'ma wipe his nose, I'm banking, popped and touching feet. That was find it gross. Now it's 5-star hotels, Michelin star dining, I might rise a toast. New generation will die for clout, they'll do anything for a viral post. We put the trip in entrepreneur. All of the time that we spent in the field with a thought that I got me a Ballon d'Or. I'm stacking or dropping a bag in the yo. Went from a Toyota Yaris to Urus, I still got the same work rate as before. 2 years that I ain't been home, 730 days on tour. I'm not in a mood cause my flight delayed. So I jumped on a private jet and I'm asking a pilot the ETA. Lambo parked on a landing strip, everyone in my gang and my DJ paid. Why is my man talking about inshallah? These times he don't even pray. Why is my man wearing a Jesus piece? How did she squeeze in them jeans? Big behind and petitest waist. Take time with the GBG, we don't beef nobody like GBK. Woke up on the wrong side of bed so he's gonna get if I don't have my peace today. I love my young boy, I won't lead him straight. I'm stuck to little bro like PVA. Paid already, I don't need no hit song. We don't need ID, little bro 17 in the club, he ain't scrolling TikTok. F's just saw him, I'll pick one. Which one? Who do you want, bro? Pick one. If I shoot my shot, I'll hit one. Matter of time till I get them all ticked off. Alright, we could go ban for ban.
That we can go M for M.
$250,000 for the Maybach truck.
Double R with the factory rims. I got the 90, the years, the versions, the bribes, I'm really a threat.
It's got to the point that I don't even care. I got jewels in the safe that I don't even wear.
Bro, I do it for some shoes and some clothes. You'll see what it'll do for a necklace. Right, sure, look like a spider. It's crawling $1 on just the accessories. Damn. She made me wanna go harder. I like a whole aura. I think I'm obsessed with her. Damn. Birthday did him the worst way. He had a death wish. I get right under their skin. I don't even try. I guess I can't help it. I'ma have love for bro for life. We talk or not, I step with it. Of course you could beat me at talking. Ain't no back and forth until we catch up with him. Knocking the bag and making the opposite mad. I done fell in love with it. You can't sell fish with a cute one. Bank account look good, it's a new one. You the type like the type on computers. Got a mask but he ain't no. Top 10 but she don't act bougie. Me and your friends, you can go to Aruba. Get friends, it depend on my mood. Maybach van, this ain't no Uber.
We could go ban for ban.
We can go M for M. Mama got a body like Kim and them. Mama been killing that gym. We can go watch from chain to chain, the rings, I'm him. I done got rich, but I'm still with land in London and go to the ends.
We could go ban for ban.
Yeah, we can go M for M.
$250,000 for the Maybach truck.
Double R with the factory rims. I got the 90, the years, the versions, the bribes, I'm really a threat.
It's got to the point that I don't even care. I got jewels in the safe that I don't even wear.
I tell my broski stop folding them 20s over 80s. This money's looking scatty, I just laugh cause he's crazy. But I can't complain cause more time the grind pays. Mummy raised me, she don't know us daily. Feeling like Meat Mill, somebody come and save me. That weight touched my shoulders as soon as I touched 80. Could've took another puff but I gotta blame me. Running up that money cause it wasn't gonna chase me. Rap, you got talent, love, I'm flattered. Still got one foot in the madness. A million things that I need to make happen. We need more readies, we need more. Can't lie, I love the music with a passion, but a guy like me can't stay away from badness. If I went uni, probably push the work on the campus. Music plus street, I'm still making it balance. You don't want this drama. You either blow, you dead or hit the wing like Rafinha. How you living, do you clean up? Or do you risk it all for peanuts? My teacher said I wasn't gonna be much. Now I count 20 racks twice in 10s and 5s with my feet up. Outside was blurry, couldn't see much. I still remember days, it was Rock v Batista. Now it's us against the me v Regina.
I swear Dan, I've been in the streets for ages. Been caught so much I know legal phrases. Front road, side road, was waiting. Hit them on foot till my knees was aching. I got a couple enemies that need I know a couple that beat the cases. Little young bucks with their teeth in braces, squeezing faces. Feds got my G's in cages and it don't sit right with me. I used to let him get the for like 950. White boy with a rap, see the irony blending in conch. See me get the knickers in a bunch. I grew up in Warren Hill, Ashfield, Hunts. Years of my life to them Babylon. Real life rap star stepped in the place. Drunk with my toast like bottomless brunch.
You don't want this drama. You either blow, you dead or hit the wing like Rafinha. How you living, do you clean up? Or do you risk it all for peanuts? My teacher said I wasn't gonna be much. Now count 20 racks twice and tens and fives with my...
Yes, guys, you are listening to the Best of British show. So we had some Central C. Don't worry, I'm going to be playing that new Central C a little bit later. We had some thoughts about the project. I was literally just talking to our special guest about it. So without further ado, as you know, guys, we have guests here all the time on EXT Radio, some of the best UK talent that I can find because I have access to it because, man, it's been in the game. Just not in the streets anymore. You know how it is. So remember, if you are listening along, it's really easy, guys. 07385 178 or 333 at the end, or get us on the socials, which is, of course, EXT Radio UK. So special guest in the building for the Best of British show today is 1244. How you doing, sir?
I'm good, man. One tour. It's nice to be here, man.
Yeah, it's good, man. So we were talking about a lot of different things. We were speaking about music prior. We were speaking about, let's just say, lots of different things. We'll build it. But you're here because we're talking about the new single, your journey as a music artist, and a lot more, right? So first and foremost, for those who don't know you or who have never seen you, have never heard your music, how could you describe yourself?
All right, cool. So 1244, when it comes to what type of artist am I? I'm a vocal designer. Yeah,
I like that.
Yeah, I'm a vocal designer and I make cinematic music.
Jesus, this isn't a Tinder profile, bro. Chill, it's not a Tinder profile. This guy, a vocal designer. What'd you do? I'm a vocal designer. You know those guys where they work for Uber Eats and they're like, I'm a food distribution manager.
You got to spaz up, man. So I'm a vocal designer,
nice.
man.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
I like that. I've actually never heard that at all.
You know what it is? I can't lie. I peruse a lot.
Okay.
So I was reading a branding book and I was just saying, like, you just have to, if you want to be successful, you have to be the first of it.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? Like, a lot of people say that Pepsi is better than Coca-Cola, but Coca-Cola kind of established it first, and they just locked it in.
Nice, yeah, I like that. A vocal designer. Yeah. So, for us mere mortals who are just like artists or music artists, you're a vocal designer.
Yeah.
Which, for layman's terms, which is music producer, music artist, music.
Basically, it's just like my voice is the instrument.
Okay.
So
nice.
I'm designing it in a different way, so get different textures on the beat, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So not just the main vocal, but also backing vocals, ad-libs, even the intro. Like, my voice fluctuates. If you heard Evil Eye, it's very... Can we swear on this? That's clocked. No, okay, cool. Yeah, Evil Eye, my voice is very deep on it, but a song like Lockdown or even like Drippy, the tones are a bit higher.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm from, so it's a mixture, it's a blend. Like, that's why I'd say vocal designer, because
it's an art form.
Yes.
It's an art form and a design, literally.
Basically.
I like that. That's it. I'm trying to... Okay, you need to give me a cool way of calling myself a presenter, man. What do you think?
Oh.
This will be good. Like, presenter, because the thing is, I'm a host, I'm a presenter, I'm a podcaster, you know, as we've spoke about previously. So, you know, but I don't really like personality. You know, like Charlemagne. It's like a personality. I'm like, am I? I don't know. We'll see. I'll have a think. We'll come back to it, man.
Put me on the spot with that one.
Yeah, well, I just thought I've never heard it kind of taken back there. But anyway, we move. So, as you know, we play the best of UK music here. You, of course, are an artist, a vocal designer, as it were. And I actually know you from the track that I got sent a while ago, actually. Okay. But I think you've sent me music before as well. The one I'm talking about in the moment is Drippy.
Yeah.
With Criminal, which is... I'm not going to lie, it's a surprise because that guy's been quite ghost.
Yes.
What happened there?
I can't lie, you heard the song and he just jumped on it. I can't lie. Like, even when his verse came back, me and Dukes heard it and was just like, whoa, like, this is real. We have a song with Criminal.
I saw the video on Instagram, the post he talking about that. That's good, man. That's smart, man. Like, I will say that your promotion, I don't know if it's like you individually, your team, etc. But it's really, really good. It's goes into a little bit of what you're saying about branding as well, about being a whole package, knowing who you are, knowing how you want to be put across, knowing what like your reputation is in music. Some artists, I'm telling you, some artists, man, they stress me out because they'll send me music and they'll send me like literally just like a file.
Yeah,
And that's it, just a file,
Yeah,
like nothing.
yeah.
And you can see like they haven't even blind copy, like they put everybody in the
I
thing.
didn't CC or anything.
Yeah,
or
so
BC, shall I say?
yeah, so it's just like the idea of you need to, if there's so many artists who say, oh, like I want this to be my main job, like, you know, I want to be a star.
Yeah.
And it's like, mate, you need to treat it like a job then.
Like business.
Yeah, like a business. Because I think that's a big part of, especially maybe not even younger people. Some people just don't learn, man.
Yeah.
I know some guy who's been doing this for like 15 years and he just still hasn't learned. He's making the same kind of music, but he hasn't got a base yet. But he's not active on social. He's not creative with the music he's putting out, the sound he's putting out, the content he's putting out. I was talking about, I'm going off on a tangent now, but I was talking to someone the other day and I was saying like, actually last show on TikTok Live, and it was the idea about how there's no excuse now not to have, people should be able to find you everywhere.
Yeah,
like,
word.
Good content. You don't. It doesn't even cost anything.
Yeah,
it's
doesn't.
like we talk about business and brand and stuff. You don't need an investor. You don't need backing.
Yeah.
You need your camera.
100%.
You need you don't even need a camera. You need your phone.
Yeah.
You carry with you everywhere.
Word,
Before it used to be, you get a videographer. You do this. You shoot a music video. You want to do that. You could do. If you get access to the live on TikTok, for example, you could film. I was talking to someone and basically there's a Twitch producer. I mean, he's not just a producer on Twitch, but he literally just makes beats, has the setup, and people just watch him. People like that stuff.
Yeah,
man.
100%. Because say to cut you.
No, go. Otherwise, I'll never stop.
This is what I kind of learned, and I keep saying to people right now, we're kind of in the stages of like, it's mass. This is why I look at it, yeah. But it's like, show you're working out. Yeah, you got the answer, but show you're working out. And I feel like even me having the camera, you having the camera, we're showing we're working out. So it's just like, that's where the industry, not even the industry, but that's where we're at the moment, is just show everything. And it's like, when you show more, people relate to you more.
Yeah.
And also it's about having your own way of doing it. Everything doesn't have to be high quality. Just be true to yourself, your own art.
It's like even when you think about vlogging and when people used to vlog, people were really, I think Charlie Sloth started doing it even like years and years ago. And the idea of like people want to be involved in someone's life, people want to see it, and I see it a lot now with streamers in particular. Even when I was streaming myself, people want as much content as, well, what's happening at the minute is before it used to be people streaming, playing video games or whatever, right? But now it's like this whole in real life streaming. Because people, like, if you look at, like, I don't know what streamers you know, but you know, your Adrian Vosses, your Sneeko and stuff like that, they're out doing stuff, and so they're creating an experience for people who may not be able to be put in those experiences.
Yeah.
So I think that's where people are trying to not relate, but they're trying to almost humanize the experience.
Yeah.
And I think that's what works really well.
And it's beautiful, like, it's showing that anybody can do it.
Yeah.
Anybody, but you just gotta have the hunger for it. And that's what separates a lot of people.
I think the hunger is one thing, but the other thing is also the fact is people want we live in a microwave generation, right? So people want the results quickly. They'll be streaming, or they'll be streaming, they'll be putting out music or whatever, and it might only get like, I don't know, 10 views, and they're like, oh, okay, what's not working? And they'll give up too quickly. There's no resilience, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And it's like, you need to put the work in, man. Like, some people, it's like, and then what annoys me, it's a good thing you mentioned about the whole documenting stuff, because also part of documenting stuff is proof that you're not an overnight success, which people think when you get, this guy's just not realizing. Even Central C, we spoke about Central C, he's been around for a while. But people don't care about that.
Because, you know, I feel like, mainly with the UK industry, I feel like there's no middle ground. It's kind of high or there's low. Does that make sense? And if you are in the middle, you kind of get overlooked.
Yeah. It's even like when you're trying to make moves like the Krypton Conan and buying the supermarket thing. And people,
everyone's getting onto them.
People need to chill, man.
Everyone's getting
people
onto
need
them.
to mind their business.
For real, man.
No, but it's like they're doing something. They've always done stuff like that. And they're real guys. They're real people. I've met them a couple of times, actually. And they're just normal guys from ends who want to improve their community. They realize that in the past they might have lived differently or whatever, but they're grown men now and they want to try and give something back. And people are hating, like, oh, you're only in 1% of this. What are you talking about?
But you know, I feel like as soon as they disappear, everyone will appreciate them. I feel like UK, we don't appreciate stuff when we have it.
People need to chill, man. Like, even like in America, when you think about America, even if you compare them, obviously it's a different space or whatever, but you can be popular in a state, and
Yeah.
that's enough. And that state can go, especially like the southern states.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
you think of
yeah,
people,
yeah.
even like Future. I think about Nelly from back in the day.
Yep,
and whatnot.
yep.
People really like mess with you. They're like, yeah, that's
Even
our
Tech
guy.
Nine, like we don't even hear a lot of
Yeah,
Tech Nine's music, but he's doing bigger numbers than the artists that we know about.
Yeah, yeah.
Because he has that core fan base.
And that's and I think over here, especially, or even like in the not even the UK, sorry, in Europe, you can, even when I was living in Europe, people would say to me, "Oh yeah, like I love UK music, I love Skepta, I love this art," and they would name me like some big artists like Stormzy and Skepta, but
Yeah.
like some smaller artists. I'm like,
Okay,
oh,
dope.
yeah.
Okay, dope.
And I was like, oh, why is that? And they're like, oh, they did a show in Berlin, and I went to see them. And it was sick.
Okay.
I went to see them in Sweden, like, and they just, it's like. London's 8 million people or something, right?
Yeah.
Sweden, like Malta, which is where I was living, is like 300,000 people.
Okay.
Do you know what I'm saying? So it's like, even like Sweden, all these smaller places, they're smaller, but like saying about the core amount, if you can get 5% of that audience in each European country.
Yeah. Oh, I'm definitely chopping this up, boy.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's powerful.
Yeah.
I do, so we need to travel. You hear that? We need to travel.
Because they really, and the energy is different. When I went to Berlin like 3 weeks ago, and we went to like a live show, and like I'm gonna show you some videos. These guys were crazy. These guys were like performers, bro. They were like lights and music and a full band, and the crowd was maybe like, I don't know, 30 people, but they were performing like it was like they were in the O2. And just like people appreciate it. There was no one being stush. There were just people like really vibing for it, and when people like, you know, like when they're like, oh say this, say they were like, yeah. So I'm like, they were enjoying themselves, innit?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
It was unlike anything I've ever seen, man. Like I was standing there with my mate, and I was like, I've seen people fill out the same space in the UK, and there's just not the same reception.
Yeah.
You know, it's probably about, if you remember, was it Hoxton Bar and Grill or Bar and Kitchen, one of them? You know, the Hoxton Square.
Yeah.
There was like that venue, and I think it was downstairs. Everyone kind of did their.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, they did their launch party there, or their headline show there, etc. But yeah, I'm telling you, man. I love the UK, but I'm like, you guys. It's like London. It's even with London. The world's bigger than London. It's like, you know, when you travel, it's like the world's bigger than the UK. It's the same sort of principle. And where we live in a world where we've got obviously Spotify and everything else, your music can go anywhere.
Yeah.
I spoke to P Money in 2017, 2018, and he was telling me in Japan they love grime.
Wow, that's crazy.
Japan,
crazy.
and that was, 5-6 years ago.
Yeah.
My maths isn't great, but yeah, I'm saying, so it was like, then they like, he was telling me, he's like, oh yeah, I've been booked for a show in Japan. I'm like, what? He's like, yeah, like.
Man, like P Money, you know.
I was like, what? I was like, okay, is that? Yeah, I found the old interview, and I was like, no way, and I had to, like I'm saying, I had to chop that up and
put it
out.
Yeah,
because I'm like, people don't know this, innit? And I think even when I do interviews like with like Dizzy Rascal and these kind of guys, and you ask the fans what they want to hear, it's stuff like this. It's stuff like, it's like obviously who do you want to work with, all that kind of stuff, but also, where do you perform, which is good, or like, do they know your music in? Like, I remember watching Dizzy Rascal talking to Vlad TV, and he was talking about how he's sitting next to Kim Kardashian in a water ceremony.
Okay, yeah.
Listen, people don't realize, bro, but they don't want to do the work. Listen, I need to stop. Anyway, we're going off on one.
No, I love it though. See, you're passionate about what you talk about.
Yeah, it's because I want people to win, and I've seen people, and I always say to people that talent isn't as important as work ethic, branding, and attitude.
Yeah, okay.
There's people who we probably know, we're not gonna, name drop, who are in the scene now who are not that talented, but they're great stage performers.
Yeah.
Like likable, got a good following based on stuff they've done before, you know? So it's like, I've worked with people who are like genuinely like talented, but their attitude just stinks, man.
But that's the thing you got to think about, yeah. Everything you just said is actually an art form. Networking is an art form. My attitude is like, if you see me, I look at everything as art.
Yeah.
So that just makes me like improve myself. So if you can look at everything as art, then it should help you kind of attack the game a bit better.
I think it just goes to, because, I'm kind of like a little bit into like giving advice to younger guys, because man's an old man now, innit? And I always say to them about being the full package. They talk about dating, and it's always like girl problems. I'm like, bro, first of all, they're never going to stop making women.
I hope they don't.
They're making new ones now. But that's a whole other conversation. But the idea is that if you do the work, like we're talking about now, whether it's music or in your social life or whatever, opportunities will naturally come to you. If you are a good, not even a good person, if you are an interesting person.
Yeah.
If you've got good social skills,
Mhm.
if you dress well, you treat everyone with respect, you work hard, like you get yourself in the gym, all these other things, which are all like doable. You don't need a lot of money to do these things.
Yeah.
Especially with, there's so much stuff on YouTube.
Yep.
There's all these influencer guys. Like, some people are obviously mixed in their opinions and whatever, but the learning material is out there. And it's funny because when I was speaking to my dad ages ago, or it was my dad or my mum, I can't remember, but I was speaking to one of them, and they're like, they didn't know any, they're from like, how old are they? 60s, mid-60s. So they're from a time where they didn't know anything, so they just had to go out and learn it, and figure it out. And like, they've done okay just from that. And it's like, they never came for money or anything like that. They just, like, both, one of them, my mum grew up in an estate, my dad grew up in between like, not Hackney, Forest Gate and Hammersmith. Like, so it's like, you just have to learn, innit?
Yeah. But then now, do you feel like there's too much information available?
Maybe, but it's just like, take what you can take what can apply to you.
Yeah.
Like, with controversial figures like, say, Andrew Tate, people are like, oh, this guy says this guy says that. Okay, I understand that if you're younger, you're just gonna absorb all of it. And some of it is negative. I understand that. But you need to have the kind of awareness to realize, this applies to me and this doesn't apply to me. This is good. This isn't good. And I think even what I was saying before about the opinions, it's like, people like opinions. So everyone has an opinion if it's the mass opinion. And what I've realized now more so is like, it's not what you say, it's how you say it. I'm like, bro, like, shut up, man.
But sometimes you need to say it in a harsh way so people get the message.
Listen.
Sometimes, not all the time.
Sometimes gloves are coming off, bruv. Let me tell you. You know what's interesting is that, I'm sure you'll know, when you were younger and I was younger, we were told like how to speak to women, or how to be conscious of women's feelings, etc. Right? But no one's ever had the conversation with women of how to be conscious of men.
Let's talk.
Yeah, and that's part of the problem. So like, it's like, you know about the underlying threat of violence, right? This is something I was telling people, right? And like, my wife wouldn't understand this, but like, I'm like, listen, my son's gonna have to get this in it. I go, there's an underlying threat of violence. Whenever you talk to a guy, like, we're standing here now, if we were standing, like, not here, we would be standing, not intentionally, but we would be talking on an angle.
Okay.
So I don't know if you know this, but we would be talking on an angle. And girls, they talk like this.
You're right.
Guys would never talk like this because that's on a confrontational pose.
Okay.
So it's like that, when you square up to someone, you literally stand like
you're
this,
right?
right?
You're fully
so
right.
it's like, but girls always do that because it's different, right? But guys, literally, your best friends, strangers, like guys on the street, always like this, on an angle. Next time, and I say to this, next time you're out and there's a group of people, have a look of how everyone's standing.
Listen, I went out yesterday. Like, I only got like 2 hours sleep. So everything you're saying, I'm replaying yesterday in my head. I'm like,
that's it.
You're actually right. Where did you get that from? Did you get that from a book or?
I got that from, I can't remember specifically where I got it from, but the idea of the underlying threat of violence, I got from Kevin Samuels.
Okay.
Godfather right there. But because I think they don't, like, we talk about going back to the idea of that they don't know, like, how to treat men. Like, I simplify it really simple. Yeah, people are gonna agree or disagree. If you disagree or agree, you got the number 073 178 333, and it's simple. It's that the most important thing to men is respect. And the most important things to women is attention and validation.
Okay, cool.
So when you've ever got into a confrontation or a fight with a guy, it's usually about one or three things: money, disrespect, or women. That's it. There's no in between.
No, you're right still.
There's no in between at all. That's it. And it's like, these things can be simplified, right? So it's like, everyone's like, guys would rather be respected than loved, because love can change. But respect is always respect, because you can dislike someone, but respect them.
And I agree with you. But you know it is. I remember 21 Savage saying on the Breakfast Club, is like, someone could love you and they could still kill you.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? But if someone respects you, they can still kill you. Yeah. It's a thin line, actually.
Do they respect you out of fear or out of accomplishment?
Could be both.
Yeah.
Could be both. It's very, now you're saying it. We're speaking about it. It's a very thin line, because love can make you do crazy things.
But love is driven by emotion to some degree.
Yeah.
And I go back to the respect and the emotion aspect of it is that guys who don't, we're told like, oh, you should let your emotions out and whatever. And I'm like, I only partly agree with that. So I don't agree in bottling up your emotions, but I do agree like vocalizing your frustration or whatever, but not letting it dominate you.
Yeah.
Because what happens is, it goes back to the original thing. Now, there's guys who have made split decisions based on basically being over emotional, and they're dead or they're in prison, right? So it's like when you think about that, it's like you have to be conscious of your emotions. And I think what people are saying now is that guys should speak more, etc., which I agree with. But only speak to other guys. Don't speak to women. Women can't give you the solutions to the male experience because it's not your experience. It's not their experience. Sorry. The same way I don't know the woman's experience. How am I going to speak on the woman's experience?
But then, okay, saying that, open up to men. I agree with you to a certain extent, but it's like, it's weird. Sometimes your friend is your potential enemy. And it's like, sometimes you have that in your head. Like, it's like, I can only say too much because, man, when we're going through something, we're going to joke about it. Does that make sense? Like, if I had a date and it didn't go well, or if I got intimate and the situation was over quickly, I'm proper wording out to, and I told the man they're gonna bust that in a joke. Does that make sense? So it's just like, I might not want to say it. I might want to say it, but you're gonna use it against me later, even if it's
no. Actually, no. I think guys are less likely to use it against you in a serious way. Have you ever seen that clip with Joe Budden, and he's arguing with the girl on the podcast? I can't remember her name, and basically, she's like, oh, yeah, you, Mr. Blood Pressure Medicine. You have to take blood pressure medicine when you're 40. Like, she's annoyed.
Okay.
He's probably told her in confidence. She's now throwing back in his face.
Yeah.
So, at least with guys, they'll roast you, pause.
Yeah.
But it's the idea that you can still, like, I've always said to, like, some of my guy friends have gone through some mad stuff. But I've always said to them, like, obviously, like, I'll roast them or whatever. But I would say to them, like, I'm like, if you want to chat about stuff in it, like it happens to everyone, bro, or these things happen, we could talk about it. It's like, I just know that I'm hearing it. You might not want to chat to me now, but no, I'm hearing it. So, and just even that, because that's enough. Really.
You know, I think it depends on the man. Like my inner circle, we don't open up at all, and it's it's terrible. But it's like, we're so similar. It's scary. But then when we do open up, it's like, we don't know how to deal with it because it's just new territory for us. But then I got other friends, like my music people, like my producer, he just opens up about everything. And it's like, it might kind of hurt at first, but it's like, you're just expressing how you feel, good or bad. And it's beautiful because now I know what's in your mind. And now if I do something wrong, I know next time not to do it. So I think it's just the type of men that you're around, actually.
Because how I just like to, if I don't like something, I'll be like, listen, I didn't like when you did that, and don't do that again.
Yeah.
That's it. That's like, it's like, it goes back to even when we talk about the differences of, what is it? It's like the differences of like being controlling or having boundaries, right? There's obviously a difference.
There is a difference, yeah.
But I think when it comes to the dating market, based on the stuff that I've heard, is that if you have boundaries, you're controlling. From a woman's perspective.
Okay, cool.
It's like, but that's like, I don't want you to have male friends. Oh, that's controlling. It's like, all right, don't have male friends, but like, we're not together, innit? So there's like caveats in it.
But you know, with that, that's like you're saying, this is what it is either you're on this side or you're on the other side. If you choose to come on this side,
this is what
it takes.
And that's a boundary, isn't it?
100%.
It's like if you start a job and they're like, okay, these are the rules of the job.
Yeah.
We need you to turn up roughly at this time.
Yeah.
We need you to, be respectful of other staff, or of other employees. So, okay, cool. If you don't like the rules, then don't take the job, innit?
Yeah. Or if you take the job, don't. Okay, another example, like, girls are gonna get onto me. But if your man cheats, and you get back with him, you're basically saying like, you have to let it go, because you accepted it.
Yeah.
Don't bring the past back into the future. Otherwise, it's like, the way you're.
Listen, I'm a man of God, innit? I don't know about that. But what I will say.
But no, what I'm trying to say, say this. I don't know. Let me not say if it happened to you. Say if it happened to one of your brethren, and he took her back.
Oh, no, that's different.
He can't. That's what I'm trying to say. If he took her back, you can't then bring her up because you accepted it and you chose to move on.
Okay, yeah, that's true. But I think that it's gonna sound crazy. If a girl cheats on a guy and you take her back and he takes her back, then she's gonna lose respect for you. and that respect.
You're deep. Okay, no.
Then it's just a clock counting down. It's not gonna.
You're actually right.
It's not gonna just take the L, bruv. Like, it happens.
You're
okay,
actually,
cool.
you're actually right.
She'll never rate you. She'll be like, I can do it.
No, you're actually right.
And I cheated on him, and she put it back in when it slipped out, bro. Like, think about that.
I see that meme.
Just think about that. Just think about that. It's like, it's not enough. And guys actually are more romantic than girls. Say it again. Guys are more romantic than girls. They take hurt. Like, you probably know the first girl who broke your heart. It can be like when you were 15, but you know, this is like 10 years later.
Yeah.
Girls ain't giving no second thought to a guy who broke their heart ages ago, man.
Yeah, you're right. But I feel like girls can get stuff out their system quicker. Men, we kind of like internalize it. Yeah, process. No, but even
internalize and process it.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
Listen, I'm gonna have to put some music on before they cut the mic. Let's get in some Pass to Lou with Crash. Let's do it.
It is really a goal, man. Hope for a better life. What the risk we took. I've had many visions come alive. My paranoia got me light years ahead. I was sitting far while I watched them plot. Black no face, try keep chameleon. I'm in the UFO plotting on an invasion. My skin too dark, come in my favor. See the melanin, it be whole power. They corrupt the land, so I came as a healer. I suffered too much, but I moved on. Many men bleed, may the Lord forgive me. Any pain that's given, I probably deserve it. All the drugs I sold divided the family. Even though I walk with the right intentions, the Lord will not favor the man of corruption. But I still try, heart full of kindness, never been perfect, I pray for more guidance. So much in my mind made me see plenty. I can't with them cause they ain't open-minded. My heart brought them in the when I colonized it. 15 I rubbed the bottom when I multiplied it. Gambian brother, the career cyclist, always styling like he ready to go climb a mountain. I used to tag along with elders while I watched them closely. I used to be in them parts with my killie Stanley. Graveyard nights on a camouflage thing, where the hood comes alive, releasing bag of zombies. Any kind of paranoia, switch up to my number. Me, I trust my feelings. I've had sent to me just to come and read me, then return to sender. You know me, I see this, so I bring him closer. Pepsi in my drink, they think I'm no sober. I'm a cheeky motherfucker, you don't like me. Crash, 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 crash. They want me for me, now crash, 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 yeah. Crash, 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 crash. They want me for me, now crash, 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 crash. They want me for.
You make it sound easy, low fade.
First things first, I'ma play in the mat. Always ask how you got it like that. Things in the front, more things in the back. I don't even know, we just got it like that. This a M Sport, it just came like that. Finger in the up, she came like that. Sent her to the Midlands, she came right back. Two-way trip, quick money, quick stack. Circle full of hustlers, I'm a general. I get in a send ahead, I'm an edible. This the Players Club, you eligible. Feel like I'm talking to a vegetable. I do my doggy while I hit it, I get groovy. We can put it on the cam, shoot a movie. Where I'm quick to sweat, I'm a coogie. She get money, then she bring it right to me. Like Cody reborn. You ain't never been a Mac, you reborn. Got a little bit of dough, I need more. Know what you're about to blow a C4. And you can put that on me and sell it on the T. You just O's, you ain't never been a G. And we can ask, you ain't never been a P. The G's not the clothes, they ain't nothing like me. They ain't nothing like me. Jeans not the clothes, they ain't nothing like me. They ain't nothing like me. The jeans not the clothes, they ain't nothing like me. Hey, let that beat ride. Yeah. I like that. Yeah. Hey, bring that hook back. I've been feeling like Cody reborn. You ain't never been a Mac, you reborn. Got a little bit of dough, I need more. Know what you're about to blow a C4. And you can put that on me and
sell it on the T. You just O's, you ain't never been a G. And we can ask, you ain't never been a P. The G's not the clothes, they ain't nothing like me. Yeah, they ain't nothing like me. Yeah, G's not the clothes, they ain't nothing like me. Yeah, they ain't nothing like me. G's not the clothes, they ain't nothing like.
If love's bright once it beats, mine was blind, it can't see all the things I decide we can be. Hours went by, I can't breathe. Time will tell, well it seems. Tired truth, show me things I believe. How it dies easy. When what's inside, try it gradually. Sweetness was so divine to me. Gold was the one who cared for me. Fell would have left it gradually. Spoil you where we'd rather be. We could have been just fine. Hanging up on the vine. We would have been just fine. Hanging up on the vine.
Bitter cloud circle memories is made to be loved. What was blind now intentional? Your heart to be around. When did everything that we shared crash and burn down? Am I allowed to mourn you now? Now it dies easy.
When what's inside, try it gradually. Sweetness was so divine to me. Gold was the one who cared for me. Fell would have left it gradually. Spoil you where we'd rather be. We could have been just fine.
Hanging up on the vine.
We would have been just fine.
Hanging up on the vine.
Cap was made to leave. Silk would set you free. Can't be wisdom among the leaves. We bear fruit the seas more than we. Cap what's made to leave. Silk would set you free. Can't be wisdom on the leaves. We bear fruit the seas more than we. Sweetness was so divine to me. Gold was the one who cared for me. Fell would have left you gradually. Spoil you where we'd rather be. We could have been just fine. Hanging up on the vine. We would have been just fine. Hanging up on the vine. Sweetness was so divine to me. Gold was the one who cared for me. Fell would have left you gradually. Spoil you where we'd rather be. We could have been just fine. Hanging up on the vine. We would have been just fine. Hanging up on the vine. It's all in the evidence, babe. Show me that me wrong when I say I can let you go so easy. You give me so many reasons. When you're by me, me no want to feel like getting blood out of stone. You know me styly, I go rock your world, yeah. We're too young to be rushing things and too old for wasting time. And you're scared to be alone. I'm scared to let people get close to I. I'm too full of life to receive only half of your love. Nothing changes if nothing changes. Yeah. Into the night, you receive all the best of my love, but nothing changes if nothing changes. My love is unconditional, babe, but not my tolerance. You see this thing you have, you call pride. She have to swallow it alone. I can't save this matter. I'm not a doctor, I'm not a goalie. Alone, can you be free to be my one girl, one and only? We're too young to be rushing things and too old for wasting time. And you're scared to be alone. I'm scared to let people get close to I. I'm too full of life to receive only half of your love. Nothing changes if nothing changes. Yeah. Into the night, you receive all the best of my love, but nothing changes if nothing changes. You're me halfway. Can't do alone. You're me.
No, I remember the thing on that.
I can't save this matter.
Yes, guys. So we had that brand new Hailey with Halfway. So Hailey is releasing music independently. Louis Ray's releasing music independently. Is Akel in jail?
Yeah, I believe so.
Okay, this is why their music's good. I'm not knocking anything, but I've definitely seen a lot more Louis Ray first, but now I'm starting to see a lot more Hailey's music coming independently. They're individually talented, so it works, right? Because if you are relying on the group, then that's a different conversation and whatever. But they're, I think I remember speaking to them where is it Double Back EP or whatever came out, and there's just two of them, and he was like, oh, like things just happen for a reason. Well, Hailey said this. I'm like, yeah, it's one way of looking at it, but I'm not gonna get involved with that. I mean, great artists, great talent,
Very, very talented.
big impact on the music scene, especially even when you think back to Into was
Crazy. You know, you can still listen to that now, and it doesn't
Still
sound
bangs.
it doesn't sound old.
It doesn't sound dated. The only person who can really make music like that, I believe, is Retry 2.
Yeah.
Potentially Kano, but he had that stage where he was in that rock and roller thing, which I didn't really like. Gets
Definitely.
There's like timeless music.
Little
and it's
Sims
like,
as well.
Little Sims.
Yeah.
It's like some people are like, oh, it's like this is my issue with like I guess TikTok stars or who make TikTok music. It's
Yeah.
like, are you gonna be listening to this in 10 years?
Exactly.
So that's what you need to think about. It's like I actually heard a very interesting point yesterday about how with the Kendrick Lamar and Drake thing was that are you going to be listening to Kendrick Lamar in 10 years the same way you're going to be listening to Drake?
You won't. Because you know what it is? Kendrick, he's created his own universe, while Drake has jumped into many different universes, if that makes sense.
Yeah, no, 100%. So he's more like multifaceted in a way where it's like almost what you're saying about networking, the idea of going into different genres, going into different platforms, going into commercial spaces and everything else. So, but I love everyone. You know me. I love love. As we say here on the XT Radio. Your host, Rob Love Love. And do not question me on that because you're not ready for the answer. So we were talking a little about, we were supposed to be talking about music, but we're talking about some real deep stuff, man. I really like it. It's like Saturday morning, man. Some people you can't really have these deep conversations with, man. So I really appreciate it. So we were actually talking about fatherhood. You're not a father yourself. I'm a father. So obviously I'm trying to install some knowledge, prepare him to not get the wrong person pregnant.
Strap up, game strong.
Yeah, so there you go. So, but I would say, yeah, so what we were speaking about is a little of a controversial one, shocker. But we were talking about basically the great impact fathers have on the family and on the raising of children. And when we speak about single parents, single fathers have the same results that a two-parent household has. So meaning you could be raising with a single father and you could be raised with a mother and a father, and you'd still have the outcomes. And what I mean, the good outcomes. And what I mean by the good outcomes is that if we look at the other side of the coin, which is single motherhood, the stats suggest that it is not beneficial or conducive to the raising of the children. What I mean by that is substance abuse, like a high rate of substance abuse, high rate of violent crimes, high rate of, what else was in there? Homelessness, higher rate. And these are high percentages. These are like 65 to 100%. Incarceration, violence, lots of
suicide
things.
Was on it.
Suicide
and anger issues.
Anger issues, suicide. And so when we were talking about that, we were talking about emotional control and lots of different things. But essentially what I'm saying is that the attitude to fathers is generally quite negative, this idea of deadbeat dad, which doesn't actually exist because if you look at the CDC, if you want a reference, which is an American body, they say black men actually make the most active fathers. So don't let anyone tell you otherwise.
Let me jump in. So I've got primary research on that, shall I say. So my dad raised me himself, innit? So,
nice.
so,
okay, so here we go.
So when you're saying that, I definitely hear it, but this is what I feel like the males bring into, let me just say children's, or no, let me say as a man, what they bring into boys' lives or men's life is, I believe they have discipline. So I believe there's like a circle. So they're the outer circle that brings in discipline. But I believe if you have your mother there, they bring in confidence for me. Because for me, I believe like I was very disciplined, but I didn't have confidence because you see how you were saying about your mum will kind of talk to you more. She'll kind of give you that nurturing and that kind of builds your confidence. For me, like I said, I didn't have the confidence. I could do stuff. I'll always be on time, always show up, but I wouldn't show up the best version of myself.
That's interesting.
I didn't have the confidence.
Mine was slightly different actually. Because I was raised by both, and my dad was always like, you can, but he was more like, you can do this, you can try it, you can do it. Like, why can't you do it? And I have a friend, and he was always kind of told, oh, like, what makes you think you can do that? Kind of to attitude to whether that's, I don't know, sports or school or education, etc. He was always told, why not? He's like, why not try? Like that kind of confidence. But I suppose when you're talking about different levels of confidence, I suppose when I think about my relationship with women in general, about how I can communicate quite well with them, that could probably come from my mum.
Because think about like, your mum's probably the person that's calling you beautiful, handsome, all that type of stuff. And it's like, when you hear that, you kind of poke your chest out. It's like, okay, I know I'm beautiful, but your dad can't really install that in you. It'll feel a bit weird.
And you know, it's funny you say that. It's because like my wife's exactly the same with my son. She said, "Oh, it's so perfect, so perfect." I'm like, "Chill, innit? It's fine." I'm like, "Chill," and like he's like 2 innit. So like we spud and stuff. I'm like, "Oh yeah, this." I go, "You good? Say less."
Yeah.
And he's just like, "Say less." I'm like, "Okay, cool." Yeah. So it's just like, but I think that's another issue that I wanted to bring up with you. The idea of that, if we go back to the kind of single parents and multiple and 2-parent household, is that because men and women show love differently, we've been told the only right way to show love is via how the mother shows love.
Yeah. And
so obviously it's too different because we're different types of people, right? Yeah. So, but the idea that that's the only correct way is quite damaging because obviously we're different, right? So we're going to show love differently, right? So, and even when you go back to, like, you can do it in the confidence, etc. Your dad will show you confidence in different ways in his way.
And that's what I'm gonna say. Is I feel like that's what's missing right now is like tough love. Tough love is kind of. Sure. It's kind of if you give someone tough love, the person that you're giving it to or receiving the tough love is gonna think it's hate, but it's not. It's like I'm trying to make you grow as a person. Like nowadays, if you're doing something wrong, people just watch you do something wrong and say, "Bro, you know you should just do this or do that."
I think it's about building character as well. I think how you deal with stuff. It's like you get these guys like we touched on it a little bit earlier. You got these guys who, you know, their girlfriend breaks up with them and they become basically incels, right?
Yeah,
they hate women, which is also an incel, just for any shaming language out there, is a guy who is involuntarily celibate. That is what an incel is.
Okay.
That is not someone who disagrees with a woman.
Yeah, okay.
That's someone, but comments will say otherwise.
Yeah.
Incel behavior. Well, actually, incel is, anyway.
This is the first time I heard of that term, you know, so you're educating me.
It's like, this is why I come with facts, because that's when, I think, when people disagree. And also, this is what really annoys me.
Yeah.
There's a difference between misogyny and being chauvinistic, yeah? What people are saying is chauvinistic behavior. It's not about right or wrong, but I'm saying, at least label it correctly. A chauvinist is like, you know, chauvinist pig. Oh, women belong in the kitchen. That's being chauvinistic, right?
Yeah.
Being misogynistic is hating women. And do you know what misandry is? Misandry is the hatred of men.
Okay.
So we actually have more misandrous than we do misogynist. If anything, if you want to call someone something, call them a chauvinist. Don't call them a misogynist. A misogynist is like someone who hates women, who despises. No, if you're just saying sexist thing, you're just a chauvinist, which is not right, but you're just at least label it correct.
But I feel like now it's because it's blended into this normal culture. People just think it's like it's what's the word? What am I even trying to look for? That is just
masculinity. That's another one.
But people just think it's normal. Does that make sense? So it's just blended into life, and it's just like, oh yeah, this is how it's supposed to be.
Yeah, no. It's like, you know, the overused words there. Misogynist. They're toxic masculinity. Triggering. That's another word. What's the other one they use? And it's this proper like gaslighting. You're gaslighting me. Stop gaslighting me. But no, misogyny is the funniest one. And I say it's the funniest one lightheartedly because whoever uses it, when people use words, I don't think they understand what words mean.
They don't.
So someone has said before, someone said to me, I'm a misogynist. I was like, I love women. I'm a feminist. If anything. You know? But I'll be like, oh, okay, what's misogyny?
They're just going off of what other people say.
It's a bit weird to call someone something you don't know what it is yourself.
And also another thing, I feel like words mean different things to different people. And that's like, even me with my business partner, we'll be saying something in different ways, but we're saying the same thing. Because we just have different ways of using words, if that makes sense. So it's like, but yeah, a lot of people are just hearing something, not researching it and just using it.
It's crazy. It is crazy. I can't even, you know, listen, I like I said, I love everyone and I want everyone to be happy. So
I don't. I don't.
Yeah.
Listen, someone said a quote to me. Someone was like, you can't love everybody, only God can. And from he said that to me, I was like,
that's good.
I look at life differently, because if you try to love everyone, you're gonna lose yourself.
And I think people think you owe them something, which is just in general. Like I've noticed that, especially now, people are like, I don't know, like you're saying what you're saying about building up character and tough love. People are so used to be like this defeatist attitude. Like I've never, like when guys have spoken to me, like young guys who think their life is over because they don't know how to talk to women. I'm like, bro, I wouldn't talk to you if I was a woman. Look at the state of you. Sort your life out.
Word.
Look at life differently. Look at building yourself up for yourself. And you'll get the results, whether that's work or women or whatever it may be. Focus on that, but people don't even want to do the work, man. That's what frustrates me. It's like, if you do the work and you don't succeed, cool in it. That's fine. That's a lesson. You know what I'm saying? It builds character. But if you don't want to do the work, bruv, then I'm not. Listen, I'm a big I'm a big like, not an advocate. What's the opposite of an advocate? I'm like a big non-advocate of victim mentality. Even when we talk about things before, saying, someone made this decision to stay. You're not a victim no more because you made a decision.
That's exactly what I was saying.
And that's when we go back to, if we go to the truth, the idea of the truth and the lie. When you give someone the truth, give them the truth, not my truth, the truth. The truth is singular. The idea is that you're giving the power to someone now to make their own decision based on the information you give them. When you lie, you're taking that ability away from them. So if you're transparent and honest with someone and say, okay, this is the deal, or I believe this, or this, and this, and this. Okay, they have that information now. So if they react, not positively, but they're like, okay, whatever, they carry on. Okay, cool, then it's fair game.
You just hit me with something. I feel like this generation, we're scared to lose. But when you prepared to lose, that's really how you win.
But people are scared to lose because they live in a scarcity mindset. They don't live in an abundancy mindset. Because if you've never, even if we talk about dating, if you've never had a girlfriend, you get a girlfriend, you're going to do everything not to lose her. As opposed to if you're dating a few people, then you can kind of think, oh, like she'd be a great girlfriend because she's better than this person by this way. Because you should, I think when it comes to guys should date like women. I believe in true equality, and and that's what they should do. They should date like women, which means that women date. I say they date multiple people. And what I mean is they explore their options, and what I mean by that is
they pick the best option.
No, they explore them and then they pick the best. So, but if they have someone in the friend zone, then they also have someone who. So that person in the friend zone is just a friend. But that's still male attention. Which is my original point. But then also, they might go on 1 or 2 dates with another guy, but they know they're not gonna. It's not gonna go anywhere. Or they might be talking to someone on Tinder or on Bumble. Like all of this is. Like spreading their net. Why? Now, I'm not suggesting that this...
we can do the same thing in a different way, though.
Yeah, I'm not suggesting that they're sleeping with all these people, but they're still like
entertaining
options, right? Guys don't... they should explore their options in the same way because, like I go back to your point there, you don't owe anyone anything. So therefore, if you aren't in a committed relationship or you're not official, I don't know if people still call that, or Facebook official, people still say that?
That's I never heard that term, Facebook official.
Man, I'm showing my age, but that idea of if you're official, then now... Okay, cool. If you're not official, then it's like...
Okay, cool. But see, even if you're official, what did someone say? I heard someone say, don't lose your wife or your girlfriend.
Oh, that one. Don't let your wife stop you from...
No, don't stop your girlfriend from...
Finding... No, don't stop your girlfriend stop you from finding your wife.
Yeah, and I was thinking... and I'm thinking, whoa, like... But I'm like... I was saying that to a female friend, and she's like, they're right.
Yeah.
I'm like, so if you're in a relationship, you should leave that relationship.
No. That's not what they're saying.
What?
You know what hypergamy is?
No. I love this. You're educating me today.
Hypergamy is basically dating across or up.
Okay.
So the minimum you want is someone who's on your level, whether that's financially or looks, whatever, or above. Ideally above, and women tend to date above. Like a woman's never gonna date down. A guy will probably date down in the sense of like, so he don't care about like generally. If she makes like 10 grand less than me, is he gonna care?
Yeah.
But if she, do you know what I'm saying?
But okay, in my head it's like you're jumping ship.
Oh yes, that's monkey punching.
Oh, you got a term for it. I love it. Ali, you need to come to studio with me when I'm writing it though. You got all these terms.
Yeah, because I mean, you don't like people usually. I say people, but usually what happens is someone doesn't.
Hey, that's your. I found it. You're the Terminator.
That's it. Someone doesn't let go of one until they got to another, and that's actually what much person is like. Have you ever noticed that a girl breaks up with someone? There's a new guy, and it's like, that was quick.
Yeah.
What you mean? You've gone out.
Yeah.
You've dated. You found someone. That's why the friend zone is different.
Yeah.
Because it's like these guys are just waiting for their shot.
Yeah, word.
I've seen this happen in real life to someone.
I've been that guy. I've been that guy. Not proud, but I've been that guy.
It's like, okay, now you're getting your call up.
Yep.
But it's I don't know what to say, but I think my advice is this: I think this is what to summarize on this kind of topic is that I think people need to understand what people want. I think when it comes to those kind of things, relationships, whether it's romantic or otherwise, people need to understand what people want and understand people are different. People's motivations are different. So if we're talking about in business, someone's motivation might be money, someone's motivation might be the art form itself. If we're talking about relationships, some might be, aesthetics, some might be potential, etc. Whatever. It all varies, but I think what we're trying to do now, because we live in an egalitarian society, is the idea that people should... Everything's the same across the board, but there's similarities between people, but everyone is still different. So how can you tell me that one whole gender wants exactly the same thing as the other whole gender, even though they're opposites from the beginning of time? I don't understand that.
Even relationships, I was saying to like multiple people, like when you get into a relationship, you just sit down the do's and don'ts, because your previous relationship shouldn't be the same as this one, because you're dating a whole different person. And it's like, I could be with a girl and I could be disrespecting you, but I don't know I'm disrespecting you.
Yeah, because you don't know, and that's why it's about, I suppose, learning and understanding people's boundaries, understanding. Yeah, because people, something that bothered your ex might not necessarily bother your new
Exactly.
girlfriend, and vice versa. So, but that's why also in the beginning things need to be like, not set, but things need to definitely be addressed quickly. Because then they get worse. It's the same at work. So like I've managed people before, and I was managing people. I'm not exaggerating. I was managing some guys who literally just come out of jail.
Okay.
Literally just came out of jail, like 2 days ago.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So like the guys who I had there, they were like like I mentioned earlier, big on disrespect, this guy's disrespecting, etc., etc., and motivation. So one person motivation might be, look, I want to come in, I want to do my hours, I want to go home.
Yeah.
I want to be able to go for a cigarette whenever I want to go for a cigarette. Cool, innit? Or some guys are like, yeah, I'm trying to make it stack. Yeah, give me all the hours, whatever. And even just how you talk to people, it's like, one guy was like to me, I go, look, bro, like, I don't care if you're smoking it. I really don't care. But tell me when you're out there so someone higher up doesn't come to me and be like, do you know your guy's outside smoking? I'm like, oh yeah, he's on his break. I can cover for you. I'm saying, like, no one cares. And that's it. You know, we're cool. Like, I don't want to feel like I'm running around after you. It seems like we're both grown men here. It's like, all right, cool, I get that. And then there's another guy's like, yeah, I'm about my money, bro. Extra hours, you know, if you can squeeze me in here, if you want me to stay, to do this, to do these extra hours. We worked in a warehouse, and so it's always kind of work. I go, yeah, man, no worries. One guy's like, I don't like this guy is disrespecting me, or I don't want to work. I go, cool, what I'll do is I'll put you over here with this man. You guys are cool, you guys get on, just vibe, do whatever, as long as the work gets done, I don't care, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's just understanding people.
Yeah.
And there are similarities in people, but there's usually a general, like, people don't want to feel like they're a number.
Definitely not.
People don't want to feel like they're not important. People don't want to feel like they're not valued.
Yeah.
So all these things, it's like, okay, people want to feel like no one wants to go somewhere and just feel like a hostile or toxic environment.
Yeah.
Another buzzword. So yeah, I'm cool, but like, I'm like, bro, I don't care, innit? As long as things get done, I don't care, bro.
Yeah.
As long as you don't. Obviously, there's stuff there which is like kind of mad, like proper testosterone filled. Like this guy come in before, and it's like, oh, bro, let me go home. I'm hungover. I go, bro, it's not my fault you're hungover.
Yeah.
But I tell you what we do, because I'm a nice guy. What we'll do is, if you can do more press ups than me, you can go home.
Nah, you're.
But I'm a savage, so that's a whole other conversation. That place is crazy. That place is crazy.
Wait. Did they do it?
Yeah, we did it like side by side. Like, cool, let's do it. Like, the thing is, that environment was very much like prison.
Okay.
In the sense of like dominance.
Yeah.
Like all of this. Yeah. So people, like, that's a whole other question. I can't even get into what happened in there. But my point is like, yeah, some people are there's similarities in people in the sense of people want core things, but you just got to adjust your approach.
All the time. With every single person. Sorry to cut you. With every single person that you meet.
Yeah, and I learned that from my dad, funny enough.
Okay, see?
So there you go. Yeah, you got.
I know the way you just brought that right. You're a G.
You just got to know, like, you got to know people, because my dad drives a cab, taxi, and he's seen some wild stuff, like, and he's just like, you just got to like navigate based on who you're speaking with.
Yeah.
Understand people, because people even like not even humanizing, but more so of people. Someone who's like posh, whatever that is, isn't gonna resonate with someone who's like from ends, innit?
Yeah.
But if that posh person knows how to like
tone
it down a little bit, then you know what I'm saying.
But you see, when you get to a certain age, do you kind of see people in categories like, oh, you're this type of person, I kind of know how to deal with you?
Yeah, more so, I would say. Yeah, you can kind of see and also some people. This is another thing which I learned recently in the last like couple years. We expect everyone to think like us.
Yeah.
And when they don't, we're shocked and we're surprised.
Yeah.
And we're frustrated because they don't think like that.
Yeah.
Like, I've got to a stage now, like, I've got a friend and he's like, I'm like, bro, like, in my mind, I'm like, I would never do that. But I've just kind of come to the conclusion that, okay, this guy just thinks like this. And that's it. What he does is crazy to someone else, but it makes sense to him. So why am I going to try and change what makes sense to him?
Yeah.
This is his way of thinking.
Yeah.
Bruv, I tell you this, I was speaking to someone before and she was like, that sounds crazy. I go, that's just what he's like, innit? Like, crazy. I know crazy people, bro.
But you know it is. When
you
step into the world, you kind of understand their craziness sometimes.
Listen, it never ceases to shock me, though, like some things where I'm like, oh. Like, I knew one guy who just, like, disappeared for, like, 2 weeks and he was like, I was on a bender for 2 weeks and he spent, like, 40K. I was like, but he's done stuff like that before, so I'm like, oh, right, cool. But I say that to someone else, and you're like, what? I was like, oh, he does this thing sometimes, you know. But you can't be like bad judge. It's like
that's how they move.
It's not his character. It's just like his environment, I guess. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't even know how to describe it. I'm like, oh yeah, he just does stuff like that. Like I've got a crazy friend. I know too many crazy people.
That says a lot about you, though.
But I love everybody. Do you know what I'm saying?
I hear it.
But I got a friend he'll like ring me, and then I won't hear from him for like 3 months, and then
Yeah.
he'll ring me and talk to me about the same thing he spoke to me about before. But his brain's fried.
Okay.
Too many drugs. I think.
Okay.
But
then that makes sense. He's looping. But yeah.
We're going everywhere here. I think we should probably talk about music. I mean, it's almost like, oh my God, the show finishes at 12. If you've just joined in, you don't know what's going on. This is EXT Radio. This is the best of British show. It's your host, Rob. I'm joined by 1244, and we're having some crazy discussions about everything from types of people to fatherhood to industries to music. But we should probably get back on music before we go into some Louis Ray. So I've learned. So I don't think my question's even relevant anymore, to be honest, because this goes to what. Look, let's do two things.
Yeah.
You've got the EP coming out this year. And
Yes.
You've got some big heavy hitters on them.
Yes.
One of them is Merkston. One of them is Flirted D. One of them is Little Nasty.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
They're quite big names.
Yeah.
They're quite big names. They're very established artists. Veterans is a word that's been thrown around.
Yeah.
How has that come about? How's your relationship? You said that Criminal loved the verse and you guys linked up like that. But how has this happened? Because this, I mean, you're not Central C, innit?
Yeah.
So I'm not Charlemagne. So I'm saying that the idea that these are big names. Like, so is it going back to that networking we spoke about earlier?
Yeah, I'd say it's definitely okay. Let me keep it 100. I signed to Yeah Boy, my life changed, man. I signed to Yeah Boy, but to be honest, where it is networks, but at the same time, it's good music. I feel like sometimes when you're an artist that's where you're not exactly where you want to be, and you look up to these people, you forget that they're actually music lovers, and if you make good music, they will work with you. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
But it's like, I said I don't even need to repeat myself. So they heard this, everything they heard, they liked it and they was ready to jump on it. Simple as pause. They was ready to work together, and that's basically it. The music was good, and it follows.
This is what I say back about talent, attitude, quality.
Yeah.
Those things come into fruition.
Yeah.
That's good, man. That's because I think some people just try and get verses just because because that person's got the name, and you can tell when that person's on that verse or like the feature that this guy just got the money for it. That's why he's doing it. You can tell. I can tell. I heard one before. I'm not gonna name who it is, but he came on and I was like, I don't know, man. You could have gone harder.
Yeah. He's just doing it for the money. They don't really love it.
Yeah, and it's like even their relationship. Like I've spoken to a lot of people whose AO Beats.
Yeah.
AO Beats.
He's cold.
AO Beats is a very cool guy. Got a lot of time for him. He works a lot with, you know who Orisha is? So Orisha used to be in JLS.
Okay.
And now he's like doing...
Oh, yes, he does the Afro...
swing,
Afro
island stuff. So
yeah.
He's working for him. They've got a great relationship. But AO's also got a great relationship with DJ Ironic.
Okay.
DJ Ironic, man.
Yeah.
Great guy. Because he's been in the industry for such a long time. He's been a DJ. He was Tiny's DJ, Tiny Temper's DJ.
Okay, I didn't know that, yeah.
He does shows in like Thailand and Ibiza, and he's on Kiss Fresh now and loads of other things. So, yeah, very cool guy as well. I actually spoke to him about, he came on my podcast and he was saying to me about being engaged and stuff like that. So I was talking to him about it because at the time I was engaged. And talking to him about, and he wants to let the next generation, he always wants to support next generation.
Yeah.
Anyway, my point is AO Beats, fantastic chemistry. And now AO Beats is linked up with Wes Nelson, of all people.
Okay.
Who used to be on Love Island.
Yeah.
And now he's done a song with Young Bane and a few others.
Okay.
Listen, I forgot this dude was on Love Island because his music's pretty good.
Okay.
I've got some of it on here, man.
I need to check it out then,
It's like, and that's the thing, it's like, that's someone, even though everyone has mixed feelings about reality TV, I think going on with a plan. Like, there's another guy, I don't know how much of this stuff you watch, Josh Denzel.
Me and Dukes was literally just talking about this. This is crazy. Yeah.
It's like, even like Molly May, Tommy Fury, Josh Denzel, and Wes Nelson. Those guys have all gone in there. They've gone in there with a plan.
Yeah.
And that's just monetize them in a different way.
Yeah,
Especially, I really like Josh Denzel because he's a presenter, right? So I kind of identify more with him. He's big in the Sport Network. He used to do stuff for Unilad. Then he was at the Tyson fight.
Okay.
Doing stuff there.
So
he knows. People might judge people, but if you go, especially with reality TV, but if you go on there with
a game plan,
I knew a guy recently who's gone on one thing called Bad Boyfriends.
Oh, wait.
Young Soul.
Yeah, that's my guy. That's my guy.
So he's on there, and like even so, I was surprised. Even my wife was like, "Don't you know this guy?"
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah, I know everyone, babe. I'm famous. But she was like, "Oh yeah, and this thing, even though the concept isn't like particularly like mad, it's enough to like give it a little bit of boost.
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
But
yeah.
I was saying the issue that people are finding now is that if you're not single, it's a bit techie because every reality show is like single based or love based.
Yeah,
or based.
yeah.
So the only thing I would recommend that's not is Traitors.
So I heard a podcast talk about it,
Yep.
but I haven't seen it yet.
You should. It's interesting for sure. I think you should definitely check it out. Traitors
Yeah.
and what was the other one? Traitors and The Circle. It was on Channel 4. They're all in a house.
I haven't seen it yet either.
Oh, that's I applied for that one. Basically, you're in a house.
Yeah.
And like everyone's in different rooms or
Mhm.
in a house, and it's like all done by the screen. So you have to you can pretend to be someone else.
Okay.
It's quite an interesting concept.
It's called The
actually.
Circle, you said, yeah?
Yeah, The Circle. So you
Okay.
can go. You can pretend you can pretend to be me. Put
Yeah.
a photo up of me.
Okay.
Talk like me, etc. Create a backstory,
Yeah,
etc.
yeah,
And then
yeah.
whoever's less wins the money, basically.
Okay.
But you can vote people out. But it's all done like popularity as well. It's a very, very interesting show, to be honest. But I digress.
I'm gonna check those out, though.
But reality TV is something where. Well, I don't know. You tell me. What's your thoughts on reality TV? Is that something which you would do?
I don't know. You know, it's weird because even me having a camera and just filming is like it's new to me. I kind of, when it comes to music and even like socials, I don't really show my personality, but I'm learning that I can do. It just really depends on the the type of
you know what
platform it
happens
is.
actually,
Go on.
because I've done like some similar shows,
Yeah.
and they've got cameras there, but you kind of forget they're there.
Okay,
Like, after
yeah.
a while, you kind of just forget.
Yeah.
Completely, because they're like even smaller than that. They're like on top of pillars or
Okay.
whatever. It's like you just
You
apart
forget
from
it.
apart from the mic, like with Love Island, the mic's
Yeah,
around
yeah,
you,
yeah.
but you just talk, you just be normal.
Yeah,
almost,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
So, and that's good and that's bad because then you kind of there's certain things obviously people want to say.
Yeah.
You probably wouldn't say on TV and whatever.
Yep.
but
And
generally, I think.
and the way they edit it as well, it can be crazy.
Well, look, I know a guy, and this guy, bruv, he does too much, though. Man went on Naked Attraction.
I know exactly.
Oh, bruv, too much, bruv, too much.
Large
Too
huggy.
much. And it's like, I roast him because I'm like, he's like the OnlyFans equivalent, like, of clout.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
it's just
yeah,
like, anything is like, there's no, look.
I respect the hunger though.
Yeah,
I can't lie to you. I know exactly who you're talking
It's like,
about.
let him do whatever he's doing.
Yeah.
I'm like, bro, you're doing too much, man.
Yeah.
What was crazy, though? You know what's crazy?
Yeah.
I'm low key.
Yeah.
You should hear my wife. My wife is a savage with this kind of stuff.
Okay.
So, so you know that show, Gogglebox?
Yeah,
So
yeah,
with
yeah.
Gogglebox, they were watching Secret Crush, I think.
Okay, yeah.
And Secret Crush, they go and they say they got a crush or whatever. So
Mhm.
obviously, Gogglebox people are reacting to that.
Yeah.
And this guy has gone to the Secret Crush, and he starts singing, and the people watching Gogglebox are
Yeah.
like, bro, this is not it. They were like roasting him.
Okay.
Roasting him about it, and I'm like, that's crazy. I mean, look, I would like to consider myself a man of integrity.
Yeah.
So there's stuff I wouldn't do. For
Yeah,
money,
yeah.
Or clout or whatever. There's certain things, like I've turned down certain things, innit?
Good.
But some people you can just tell, man, they just be whoring it up.
Yeah, yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah.
In regards to that.
Now you got me asking. Now you got me thinking. Yeah, is that a female trait? Because remember you saying about attention.
Well, this is the thing. When you're, I guess, a creative,
Mm.
you probably attention does play into it. But then is it a case of attention, clout, or I don't know, controversy?
Yeah.
'Cause you could be controversial without technically going after.
It's difficult. Obviously,
it's difficult. And that's, I wouldn't date someone who is like a social media person. in
Okay.
general. Like dating like these.
But then saying that, yeah, they could be completely different behind the camera. Like it could literally just be a job, show up and do what they do, and then.
It depends. It depends what kind of. If we're talking, I don't know. Like I don't date dudes.
Yeah.
But I imagine it would be easier dating a dude who does that than it would be dating a girl. Who
I
does
hear it. I
Do you know
hear
what
it.
I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't know. But I like I like
Low key people.
for serious stuff.
Yeah.
I like to date. Like my wife does like something completely different to
Yeah.
what I do. Do you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah,
So
yeah.
that's what I want because I've dated girls who are like artists or
Yeah,
in the industry.
yeah.
And it's just, bruv. And it's just it just brings up like you're saying about these kind of conversations about. Okay, cool. So she makes music, fine. That makes sense. So she's in the studio.
Yeah.
Producers.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Why is there 6 man in there smoking?
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean?
yeah,
It's like that's
yeah.
not. And I think sometimes when you're with people, they can't see past their own lens.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
we know guys, we know how guys be.
Yeah.
But I think sometimes people are naive, and not just, actually, let me rephrase. Some people are just naive to like what people are capable of.
Yeah. They judge everyone with a good heart. But not everyone has a good heart.
Nah, it's Future says, man, it's the evil world we live in. It's a cold world.
Very cold.
It's a cold world for sure.
And you gotta have your winter jacket on, otherwise.
That's it, man. You just gotta be not even woke, because I don't know that phone. You gotta be awake, mate.
Yeah.
You gotta be awake.
Yeah.
You're not even woke. You gotta be absolutely awake. Anyway, I'm going. I'm just really the structure of this interview has just gone to pot. I'm not gonna lie, but
I enjoyed it. I wasn't expecting all of this. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Once I start, I can't stop. Of course. So let's talk. Actually, you know what? Let's talk about something which we didn't talk about, which is good. We did touch on it a little bit. Let's talk about the mental health and fitness space.
Okay.
I know that you got into, I guess, not in the fitness space, but into the self-development space in some way.
Yeah.
And it was something because you were going through something that helped you. So just tell me a little bit about experience, whatever you're comfortable to talk about.
Oh, damn. There's a loads of what are you talking about recently, or you're talking about in
what, like during COVID?
So literally I would say probably like a year and a half ago, I was at work and I didn't see the person get murdered, but me and my colleague there was a woman, me and my colleague was just out talking, a woman screamed out, Call the ambulance, call the ambulance. Me and my colleague looked at each other like, what? And then we rushed over, was like, don't tell me someone jumped off the flat, yeah. And then we just see a guy like literally on his knees, slumped backwards, yeah. He got stabbed. And literally, like, he's breathing heavy. So the woman's like, hold his head. Literally, I have his head, I'm holding his head and I'm looking into his eyes and I can see he's gone. And then literally I was off work for 9 months and I started overeating. The day afterwards, I just Googled to see what happened and everything. He was the same age as me. Yeah. So I'm just like, I feel like I'm not doing something right in life. Like I shouldn't be at work. This is crazy. Someone just lost their life. I'm not taking life seriously. I just went into a dark stage. Like you could ask dudes, I was just getting snappy with people that was close around me. I didn't want to go studio. The studio that I've been going to for over 10 years closed down. I shoot videos abroad for like called Break for Beats. My drone got lost. No, not got lost. It hit a tree when we was on the boat and I couldn't get it back. So that whole year was just a dark period. But what kind of got me out is me and my friend did a 90-day challenge.
Okay.
So literally we had to work out every single day. We set our own rules. So mine was, had to work out every single day. Doesn't matter how long. I had to read 1 page of a book. That's the minimum. And I had to write for 10 minutes each day. And I feel like a whole different person. A whole different person. So yeah, that's basically
that's a mad experience. I've not personally, but I've actually someone I know who's in my extended family. They had a similar situation, but I think he was like literally like dying in her arms. Yeah, it's something which, like, I have mixed thoughts about therapy, but it's definitely something which needs to be addressed and processed.
Yeah.
That is the definition of trauma. Not when people are like, I've got trauma for being a Jezebel. Do you know what I'm saying? So that's actual trauma.
And
that's actual real stuff.
sorry to cut you.
No, please.
I went to work. No, I had a meeting with work, and then my manager's manager was like, I heard you do music. I was like, yeah. He's like, oh, we're gonna put you under investigation. I was like,
what, for doing music?
Yeah, I was like, why? He's like, oh, because you're going studio, and like, how do you know that you're okay in studio? I'm like, huh? Then next meeting, he was like, oh, your PayPal is linked to your Spotify. I was like, and? He was like, yeah, money's been put in there. I was like, okay, so how much money's been put in there?
Yeah.
He's like, we'll discuss that later. I was like, no, you brought it up now, so talk about it. He's like, no, we'll discuss that later. I was like, so why did you bring it up?
Yeah. That's a weird thing to bring up. The studio thing is because, I think it's because some people, like I had some guys who are, basically they were running a scam where they were like pretending to be depressed, get doctor's note, and then like go to football games or whatever. And then people saw that, go, well, no, you can't argue that that's not helping me.
Yeah.
I mean, they were definitely running a scam. Yeah. Like they told me, but but the idea of like So, but when people get in people's business, especially now where mental health is so important, that's not really his place to say, man.
Yeah, word.
That's they love using HR. That's the time to use HR, bro.
Yeah.
HR. I know HR obviously for the company and not for the employees. Don't let anyone gas you up. But that's the time to report that guy to HR, man, because you know he'd do the same if he had something to say about you, man. But I think that's super important that you've managed to set. And I think that's another thing about the idea of purpose. I think a lot of people are lost, especially young men, are lost because they don't have purpose. And they don't have direction. And I was actually speaking to someone at a wedding, maybe like last month, and basically he was saying, he was depressed before and whatnot, and I said, I believe depression is real, but I believe like another thing of that is that I've never met a man, I don't know about women's experience, a man who's happy with his body or his fitness, his lifestyle, etc., his money or his job, and his relationship with women who's depressed.
No, I agree with that.
So these three things are fixable, but they're hard. And so
100%.
Doing. But I think usually, like I've got someone in mind, and he had a problem with work, and that kind of led him to a deep depression. And I'm not, and these are like, I'm not saying fix these, it'll be better, but these are usually the catalysts.
Yeah.
No, I've heard some crazy stuff where guys who have. I actually heard something the other day. It was crazy. This guy's is one of my dad's friends actually. He was 50 and he killed himself because he was going through some marital problems, etc. So even that as a idea of like, we tend to put permanent solutions for short-term problems. So I know, to be honest with you, I know a couple of people who have done that. Like I know a guy who's hung himself. I know two guys who hung themselves. Yeah, so it's that idea, but it's usually a build-up of loads of different things. They usually fall into those categories, outside of like substance abuse, etc. But usually it's those three things. Your situation, I'm not surprised. That is you can't. I mean, I don't want to go over it too much. I don't want to trigger anything.
No, but trust me, I'm out of that. Trust me.
But it's definitely something where. It's a solid reason to feel the way you felt. It's something which is like, I can't even. I'll tell you about it off air because the one I know is a bit more complicated.
Okay.
But, listen. So music, it's just got bare deep, man. Got bare deep in there, man. I'm not gonna lie. Pause. But jeez. But look, I think it's always about establishing a line of communication. But you just don't know. You just don't know what people are going through, to be honest.
Word.
I think, I think it's just to be aware and cautious as much as you can be, especially with like close friends groups. But I'm gonna get your track on, man, because I'm taking you like round everywhere, like apart from like music for some reason.
No, it's cool, man.
Good, it's a good conversation.
Now you know the person behind the music.
Yeah, it's always good. I like to talk. I don't know if you've noticed. But
you're talking sense though. That's what I like. You're talking sense with information to back it. So it's beautiful.
Yeah. Well, it's like when I started, I can't stop. So, but I don't know. I think people like I'm doing a lot of stuff at the minute where I want to speak a lot more to younger guys and try and help them, because obviously we've all made mistakes in our lives. It's like even of course I've made mistakes, but I've always said to people that. That at that time, that's probably the best thing I thought was good or thought was a thing. But like I've learned from that experience, I'm not gonna say, I shouldn't have done that, because at the time I thought it was a good idea to some degree, right? So it's about understanding why I did it, reflect on it, and then obviously not doing it again or learning from the experience. But we're going to do one track, which is, and then we'll line up yours and get yours on, which is, of course, Drippy, featuring Grimnall, 12:44. We're going to get on, and we're up until 12 p.m. And then Poppy is going to be looking after you 12 till 2. It's going to be less talking for Poppy, for sure. She's going to be in the mix, yeah? So keep it XT Radio.
settle down. All this up in here, I got enough to go around like, oh. I'm feeling like I wanna be with you. No. Now you got me sitting here confused. Baby, I don't wanna choose. I always break the rules. Girl, you know just how I do. I'm falling for you. But I want her and her and you. 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 I know you're feeling me, baby girl, I'm feeling you too. I don't wanna see you confused, 'cause it's nothing to do with you and the things you do. Baby, it's me. I just know you got what I need. But so does she. Baby, I don't wanna choose. I always break the rules. Girl, you know just how I do. I'm falling for you. But I want her and her and you. 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 Cancer, Scorpio, Capricorn, Virgo. I take them all if I had to.
Yo, it's Shunty and Bugsy, and it's the best of British show with your host Rob.
Libra, been a favorite my chemistry, I don't understand. Aquarius, he the nighttime. Sagittarius, he's the good time vibe. Gemini down to satisfy. Pisces bring home some mama's type vibe. How can I forget about my Leo? Packing punches to match his big ego. I ain't searching for
Boom, I keep going till the wheels fall off and the deal's called off. Even then I probably still won't stop. Still trying to cop the yacht with the helicopter pad at the top. Big while I'm chilling on the docks with some Henny on the rocks. I used to put when the pot, melt it down, whip it back, let it lock. And now I make hits, I can shut down when I want. I tell Kev, tell Colin, let it drop, raise it up and let it knock. I make the feds your block, hit the M-way and the nuts, I'm as real as it gets. Self-made and I earned my respect. Had to wait for the dots to connect. I'm still trying to get a private jet and a 20-room mansion with a lion as a pet. I can't forget them hard times when I never ate. I was busy trying to eat and now I'm getting paid in my sleep.
Cuban links, hands off, I only eat off drinks. 3 million for the crib and my favourite spot by the sinker. Gotta stay in sync, taking slight pics. I don't wanna link. I really bought the out the wireless. 3,000 on these leather pants, no stylist. No stylist. Been in love with this life cause it's enticing. Send my young boy on the ride, no license.
Treat the other side like a cop my wife, a Bentley, that's chump change. I in my city, I don't need to lock. I used to get out free, that's a rock branch. Jack be going strange shopping. Your favorite pop star, I ain't name dropping. I got a chick collection on my chick selection. Got a calendar and every day I switch complexion. The feds listen to the verses that I wrote. How the black sheep of the family turn into a goat. Scoop her in a Porsche, use an Uber to drop her home. All these rap checks and I still can't leave the block alone. I don't need to use their platforms cause I got my own. When you're talking to it like me, just watch your tone. I'm lazy, started rolling with the grafters. I was cutting, picking out, all my masters, it's nice.
Hands off, I only eat off drinks. 3 million for the crib and my favourite spot by the sinker. Gotta stay in sync, taking slight pics. I don't wanna link. I really bought the out the wireless. 3,000 on these leather pants, no stylist. No stylist. Been in love with this life cause it's enticing. Send my young boy on the ride, no license.
They know where the smoke goes. Packing a roll and I ain't regular, this drip is not on for the photos. Get my every Chanel, now I'm cooling you Coco. I'm a big fish you couldn't eat, what's on my plate? It was a big risk, I couldn't even take the chase. Cutting corners off the I'm really making plays. It's really a rich and really miss, I really bought it plain. Put it in the Audi or the Bimmins. I took the yacht out in Saudi with the winners. Come on, lost the my jewels stay cool as city, don't see the same. 8 cars like it's GTA. I was on the strip like I'm GDK. Your stones ain't BB made, I put the easy way.
Links, hands off, I only eat off drinks. 3 million for the crib and my favourite spot by the sinker. Gotta stay in sync, taking slight pics. I don't wanna link. I really bought the out the wireless. 3,000 on these leather pants, no stylist. No stylist. Been in love with this life cause it's enticing. Send my young boy on the ride, no license.
Yo, how did I go from I care too much to not caring enough? How I go through so much loss without sharing the cost? I knew we were gonna get here one day, but the way that we got here was abrupt. I didn't expect this neither. I need me an extra dealer. She wanna pull up to talk and eat, I could tell much more from your feed. Tell me a lie, I can sort of believe, cause the dream's getting sold if you're talking to me. Of course, what you thought it should be. How she talk just gives extortion to me. I'm aware some tales are cautionary, and so I approach as such. Yo, I got 99 problems, one of them's always a beanie. Red flags flowing to see, but it took me a moment to notice she needy. Couple times that she felt I ignored her, I brought her abroad just to post a bikini. But she still guilt tripped if she don't get to see me. How brash, how greedy. But the man them said ideally I really should leave it alone. I said cool, but they still don't believe me, they feel that we sneakily meet on the low. I'm done, what you want me to do? Come like she want me to pop a balloon. When you leave, put the key at reception, I already covered the room. Saying, how did I go from I care too much to not caring enough? How I go through so much loss without sharing the cost? I knew we were gonna get here one day, but the way that we got here was abrupt. I didn't expect this neither. I need me an extra dealer. She wanna pull up to talk and eat, I could tell much more from your feed. Tell me a lie, I can sort of believe, cause the dream's getting sold if you're talking to me. Of course, what you thought it should be. How she talk just gives extortion to me. I'm aware some tales are cautionary, and so I approach as such.
Can't up too much paper, be involved. So much Richard Mills, you think that they gave us a discount code. So much send me the S's, 4 litre engine. And tomorrow she wanna get a trip extended. I wish my extended. When I told her the track needs mending, the so really blending. If I put on a track, how we left them members, they only serious sensors. Talking back, like rice. We got plenty. Little one in Louis, then he put on Fenty. Trap boy with a golden record. I got a golden one with freckles telling me T I can't buy a kettle. Rapping now, so I wanna be triple platinum. With a treble. Used to put in my pot and stove and wait till it settles.
How did I go from I care too much to not caring enough? How I go through so much loss without sharing the cost? I knew we were gonna get here one day, but the way that we got here was abrupt. I didn't expect this neither. I need me an extra dealer. She wanna pull up to talk and eat, I could tell much more from your feed. Tell me a lie, I can sort of believe, cause the dream's getting sold if you're talking to me. Of course, what you thought it should be. How she talk just gives extortion to me. I'm aware some tales are cautionary, and so I approach as such.
Yeah, so you're tuned into the Best of British show. It's been an interesting interview, I'm not going to lie. We were supposed to talk about music in depth, and that just never happened. I don't know what happened, man. But for those who want to listen to your music and listen to your track, which you're going to play in a minute, and catch you on socials, because the content is coming out thick and fast.
Yep.
Actually, no, before you do that, obviously, I know that it's 1244, which is your artist name, but it's in Roman numerals. But why did you come to that name?
Okay, so 12 is my lucky number, and the number 44 follows me. That's the short version. The long version is the one to get the job done, the one to inspire, the one that people want to see. And then 44, obviously, the UK number is mobile numbers +44. And the person at Humour, let me just say his name, who got me my first show, his life got taken, and I found out his birthday was on the 4th of April. So it's like,
4 for the 4. So
you
it's
get me?
across the board.
Yeah.
I like that. I like when it means something. Sometimes I get people who are like, MC Little Stabby, and I'm like, you just wrote that on your book bag. Like, come on now, you know that's not a real name, man. So you know that, right? You know that's not a real name. Apparently they don't, as they find out as they become Stabby. So I'm just kidding. So for those who haven't heard you, want to check out your platforms, let me know what they are.
So Instagram is xii44_. TikTok is the actual word 1244_. YouTube is xii44, and if you're just searching me up, just type in xii44. But obviously there's a space between the 4 4s, the X.
I got to ask you, what's your thoughts on TikTok as a platform? And obviously it was potentially going to be getting banned, but now it's obviously not, but that's in the States, so we don't care about that. But what's your thought on it as a platform as opposed to some of the others where we've got Instagram, YouTube, etc.?
I like TikTok, but I feel like it's I don't know, I feel like it's just kind of short base. It's kind of like now, it's kind of microwave. It's just boom, that's it. Like I feel like not everyone can build a following on TikTok.
I think about it the way I think about most platforms, most social media, is that if you use it as a tool, it's good. If not, it just rots your brain. Especially TikTok.
Oh my gosh. I don't even want to get into it. I'm looking at time. But I agree with you. Let me say that. I fully agree with you.
Especially with TikTok, man. TikTok is just, they call it doom scrolling. That's what they call it, doom scrolling, when you like literally.
But I'd say you have to use TikTok. Don't let it use you. Yeah. That's another thing. Like,
well, it's like what they say about if something is free, then you're the product.
Yep.
Or you're for sale.
Yeah,
like that. I probably butchered that. But yeah, that kind of idea. And I think that's definitely the case with a platform like TikTok. But I think artists should definitely utilize it. I'm
100%.
a big advocate that they should.
Never know who can see it.
That's it. And that's part of the allure. The fact that, it goes into the For You page and everything else, and it's all good. So I would suggest that for all artists to use all platforms and also post regularly. You don't have to post 6 times a day or whatever.
Yeah.
Once a day, twice a day, post, man. Like, people want to see it. And I think I'm going to try not go off in a tangent, but basically I think people have this thing where they're concerned that people care what they're doing.
Yeah.
And what I mean, or more about people are judging them.
Mhm.
People are in their head so much about their own problems.
Yeah.
They're not gonna have time to judge. And also, it's just like doing it. It's like, okay, well, how you know something's gonna work if you don't do it?
Word. Big facts.
And it's like, okay, cool. It's like, oh, it's like even when you get comments and stuff, it's like, well, big man, I see you making music. I don't see you doing this.
Word.
I don't see you doing that.
Word.
I like to do blinkers on, man. I like to just post and then just like not even worry about numbers. And I'm going to show you a photo after this. You remember I was saying about number of views, number of listeners, etc.
Yeah.
I'm going to show you what 1,000 people look like. Not in a weird way.
No,
I'll show
I get
you.
what I'm saying. Like, if they was in a room or something like that.
Yeah, and it's like when you think of it, things like that,
Yeah.
1,000 views is
It's a lot.
pretty good.
It's a lot.
So think of it like that. But I'm not going to take too much of your time, and I'm not going to get you cancelled any further. So let's get into the track, and you introduce the track for me, and we'll give it a spin.
Okay, 1244 XII44. This is Drippy featuring Griminal. Go check it out. The video's out on YouTube, and it's out on all digital platforms. Pow, pow.
Let's get it.
1, 2, 1.
No introduction needed, but girls still ask what my name is, tryna pretend they don't know who C is. Like anytime I get on that mic, I don't cover 100 regions. Sweden, Norwegian, New Zealand, Australian, Arab, Armenian, even Asian, Indonesian. Spitting on beats and using similes, but their lyrics ain't got no meaning. If we see blue lights and think that it's cops, we're not gonna stop, we're breezing. Lock the lock, it won't stop us scheming. I lost F dot and it got me grieving. Posted by the convenience store with a pack of the so it's not convenient. I wanna live a simplistic life, but that's unrealistic, right? I miss the times, 2-man step, take 1 for the team and assist my guy. God ain't give me the gift to write, won't lie, I've been on a consistent grind. When I was broke, they didn't want talk, now I made it, they want me to give advice. Me and YB's in matching roses, step out the store with 2 new collies. Step in the room and they feel my aura, that was before I had music money. I came up with the bros, I post a throwback and the whole crew look bummy.